I let out a sigh, crouched down, and changed my sneakers into slippers. Every time came back from a long, tiring day at school, I would find my mother to tell her, "Mom." But as I passed by the bedroom, I heard her talking on the phone with someone. "I tell you, between me and her, you can only choose one."
You know I can't. Don't talk too much. I want to meet my daughter.
"So, don't think of leaving your family. Go back to your wife and daughter." Contrary to the unusualness of my mother, I was dumbfounded, not believing what I just had heard. No way! Before listening to my story, please like and subscribe to the LDA channel. Hello friends, I'm Arena, 17 years old, living in the US with my mother, and I don't have a father. In my childhood, there was no appearance of my father. My mother said that my father died because of an accident. I knew it was a lie, but having such a wonderful mother doesn't make any difference. From that moment I was born, I was ready to be a genius. My academic record was extraordinary. Congratulations to Arena Hal on winning the Math Physics Olympiad.
Congratulations to Arena Hell on excellently achieving the title of the student with the highest test score in the whole school.
Do you have any learning secrets to share with the other students? The secret to being like me is that be the wonderful thing in the womb. As long as it's a contest that I participate in, the highest place will definitely belong to me. Hearing this, someone will surely think my appearance is a big-eyed, nerdy girl. No, I have a face like Ariana Grande. Maybe because of that, my name is a bit similar to hers. My body is hot like the models on Victoria's Secret catwalk, and I have a very good taste in dresses. Fortunately, I am extremely attractive to men and women. Well, of course, they don't like me because they're jealous of what I have. How perfect I really would be. If only I hadn't had such a terrible father and had to be afraid to keep this secret from being discovered. I must also maintain my appearance in the eyes of others. It's still an ordinary morning when I go to school. The only difference is that today, the cheerleaders will choose the main dance position. Unfortunately, I didn't pay attention to my surroundings, but I heard my one-on-one opponent with her friends.
Don't worry, the Arena will definitely not be chosen for the key position, acting like a goddess for the whole day. I feel disgusting for her. Do I need to worry? That damned Arena can only be kicked under my foot.
I don't bother arguing with them because people who stand out are often hated by others. Instead of having a group friend like Katarina, I only have a friend that matches me very well. Mina. Unlike me, she has normal looks and abilities and is kinda hard to attract attention. Mina, give it to you. I gave her the snacks on the table. Mina took it and said nothing. Her eyes were covered by her bangs so I couldn't see her expression clearly. But that's how I got used to her. During the lunch break, the cheering team gathered all the members. The reason, of course, is because of the competition of the center position, and the two best candidates are me and Katarina. Due to the nature of fairness, the coach gave me and her the same topic. But when performing the turn, combined with landing from a fairly high height, Katarina did not dare to jump down and ended the performance right there. As for me, I did well on the test. How to say, you probably already know who the coach chose, right? I was called by the coach to stay to discuss my personal training schedule. So when I got to the fitting room, most of the people had already left. But the one who needs to come back doesn't come back.
Obviously, the coach loves Arena. I didn't give her a chance to get to that position. Huh? If it weren't for that face, she'd just be a useless and lowly kid.
Are you going to let her go easily? I heard Katarina slamming the closet door.
What do you think?
I casually walked past the three of them. Instead of being here to talk behind my back, practice more and perfect your jumps. I put all my things in my backpack, intending to leave, but when I passed through Katarina, my footsteps stopped. Do you know why you can never win against me?
What did you just say?
Because you don't know how to measure yourself. Despite her madness, I walk out of the dressing room. The next morning, I went to school in a better mood. It's not unusual to receive the attention of others. But along the way, I felt countless strange eyes from everyone. When I still was not understanding what was going on, I saw my picture posted on the wall and was being advertised as a kid without a dad. Shame and anger hit me, and I tore them all up and threw them in the trash.
Isn't it right? The one without a father?
Did you do it?
Someone like you deserves it.
Katerina! I absolutely won't let you go! That afternoon, the cheerleaders performed the opening for a friendly basketball game. I know, Katerina has a habit of applying cream that makes her skin sparkle every time she performs to catch the limelight. And I changed it to a luminous paint, a paint that is only visible in the dark. As soon as the stadium lights went out, her body glowed neon. That made the whole audience burst into laughter with countless jokes Katerina had to endure until the performance was over. She got mad and shouted,
"What is it? Who did this?"
"Do you like it? It's the gift I gave you. Thank you for making my life less boring all these years." I gave a satisfied smile, then turned to leave.
Irina, you wait there.
I ignored it and thought Katerina would be quiet for a while, but I looked down on her too much. Not so long, they were back at it again. That's when I just got to school. "Is it that squishy little girl in the next class?"
Who else? That's her, normally acting so noble. It's unexpected.
It's true that you shouldn't judge a book through its cover.
I tried to ignore those words, but as soon as I entered the room, the sarcastic voices of Katerina and the others immediately reached my ears.
Watch it! Look at your goddess who wrote this. I really like the title, The True Face of a Hot Girl School Irina Hell.
I was startled by Katerina's words and couldn't help but run in front of her. "What the hell are you and your friends doing?"
Hey, don't speak blood and people. Oh, fake bastard. Do you still want to pretend? You can't fool anyone anymore.
"What are you talking about? It's not enough for you to talk behind my back. Now you dare to slander others?" Katerina showed a scornful smirk, holding the phone she was holding in front of me. I snatched her phone, kept my eyes on the screen, and read everything on it. Accused me when I was in middle school? I beat and bullied my classmates many times. Even copied her classmates' work to get high marks and scold the teacher in a private group chat. Is it important that all are attached to evidence, making everyone believe it? I did not do that. Who posted this article? Katerina snatched the phone from my hand.
The evidence is so obvious that you dare to deny it, shameless bastard.
I didn't actually do it. As for the proof, I didn't hit the girl, but was in a defensive position, protecting another girl from school violence. I also did not copy other people's work, even though the two exams have the same result. I am the first to submit. The only thing that was true was me scolding the teacher in a private group chat. But the reason was that the teacher sexually harassed a classmate and I couldn't control my words in anger. Things gradually went out of control. And whenever I go, there appeared bad voices and curses. The school reconsidered withdrawing all my scholarships. And the support team also changed their critical position to Katerina. Guys have always surrounded me. Now, there is no sign of me anymore. I tried to create a post to explain everything, but when it seemed that everything had calmed down, a new post appeared, saying my mother is a third person and I am a stepchild. That person wrote about me in a very bad way, saying that my inside was rotten but showing nobility. I always liked to look down on others. I turned off the laptop. There was no way to refute these words because it was the truth. I tried to forget about it and asked Mina to go to the cafeteria. But as soon as I walked in, I was met by Katerina's squad. She suddenly jumped up and gave me a slap. "Are you crazy, Katerina?" I hugged the cheek that had just been hit. The slap made my face hurt.
Bastard! You and your mother are both scoundrels, ruining other people's happiness.
Katerina and her friends cornered me and pinned me on the ground, repeatedly kicking my stomach and my shoulder blades with their feet.
Definitely a woman as lewd as your mother seduced my dad and gave birth to a bastard like you.
What did Katerina just say? Am I misunderstanding her words? What seduced her father and gave birth to me?
Unexpectedly. So Katerina and Irina are half-sisters from another mother.
Besides, Irina's mother's the third one.
Although what they say is not wrong, I absolutely will not admit it. No, it's because someone was jealous of me and deliberately lied.
Who would be jealous of someone like you?
I rushed out of there. There came a series of days where I was reviled, despised, and even bullied. But I dare not to tell my mother, because no matter how much I deny it, the truth is, my mother is still the third person and I am an only child. Lately, every break time, I would hide in the back garden, and today was no exception. I was sitting on the bench when someone poked my shoulder. I was shocked and turned around, meeting my eyes was very handsome face.
Why are you sitting here, not going to lunch?
I look at him silently, slowly remembering who this person was. After a while, I realized that this was Romeo, the captain of the basketball team.
Do you want to have lunch with me?
He gave me a hamburger and I timidly accepted it. Thank you. This is the best meal I've had in days. After that, every noon, Romeo would bring me food. He spent a lot of time keeping me company and comforting me. Right now, he is the only light in my dark world. He told me that at noon, he usually doesn't like to be crowded in the cafeteria, so he came all the way here and happened to meet me. That day, for some reason, Romeo invited me to the restaurant. He said that today there was something on the lunch menu that he liked. Although I was afraid of whispers and gossips from everyone, Romeo said he would protect me, so I agreed. When we entered the cafeteria together, we attracted a lot of attention. But of course, it wasn't good.
She dares to show her face here. Is your face thick yet? Hey, the guy next to him, isn't that Romeo? Why is he with a pathetic thing like Irina?
My hands clenched into fists, but I held back because Romeo was beside me. It wouldn't have been such a big deal if I had been knocked over by someone with a tray of food. Ouch!
You bastard! How dare you steal my boyfriend?
What are you saying? Are you crazy?
You dare to scold me? Romeo is my boyfriend.
I was so shocked that I opened my eyes wide and turned to look at Romeo, but he went to Mimi's side.
I didn't do anything wrong to you. She was stalking me.
I felt like I was struck by lightning, and my whole body froze on the spot. Obviously, you...
Don't imagine that every guy will have feelings for you.
It turned out that they had planned to approach me to smear me and make me worse. My heart ached so much that it seemed to be bleeding. How can you guys treat me like this?
Like mother, like daughter. If the mother destroys the happiness of others, the child is not good either.
The noise in the cafeteria grew louder and louder. I couldn't stand it, but I covered my ears and ran frantically out of there. Tears kept rolling down my face. I don't know what I did wrong. I returned home like a dead body since a few days ago. My mother went on a trip with a group of longtime friends. So now, at home alone, when I was sitting on the sofa, the desk phone rang. I slowly picked up the phone, and on the other end came the voice of a man.
Indeed, that year was my first for you. I betrayed you for money, abandoned you and met her. But then my family really needed the help.
Sorry, you called the wrong number. My hand that was holding the stethoscope was shaking violently. After all, what's going on here? I turned my whole house upside down and found a box of old stuff. Inside was a picture of my mother and a man. I guess it was my father. According to the photo, the two of them have been in love since high school. So, the girl my father mentioned is Katerina's mother. And is she really the third wheel in the story? So, I'm not a stepchild. My mother is not a bad woman like others say. From now on, I will not tolerate anyone who bullies me anymore. I took all those pictures, then put them up on the internet and wrote that this is a picture of my parents in the past. They have been in love for a long time. If anyone has proof, call my mother third. Initially, the post also received a lot of scolding, but gradually, the trend has changed. There is no evidence that my mother robbed someone else's husband. On the contrary, they also turned to doubt Katerina's mother and daughter, because every time someone asked this question, she would get mad and scold everyone. Even, I found out the post on the forum is not a trace of Katerina and the others, but I was suspicious of one person.
Didn't you say you were going to show me how you photoshopped the pictures of your parents?
Wait a minute, let's go to the bathroom. I entered the bathroom but hid behind the door to observe the situation outside. As I expected, Mina sneaked into my room. She took every nook and cranny, looking very suspicious, and I was right. Why did you do that to me? I thought we were good friends. She turned her head towards the door with a startled expression.
Why are you?
I turned out to be like this. Are you happy? I've always been honest with you. But hearing me say that, she suddenly burst out laughing.
Stop pretending to be a naive girl. Don't you always look down on and pity me? I don't need your app.
Why do you think so? I consider you a good friend, so I want to share it with you.
But I don't need it. It's only you who think like that. It's also because of your self-righteousness that all the girls at school hate you. Arrogant.
She gave me a push, then ran off right after. Hearing the words uttered by the friend I once trusted so much, I was dumbfounded. Really? Is the problem with me? My mother always told me, no matter how good you are, you should always be humble. Pride destroys every geniusness. I completely inherited her genes, so I look a lot like her when I was young. But the difference is that she always makes people love and respect her, and I am the opposite. I was wrong, and I want to change that. Someone like me wouldn't fall so easily. I went back to school, and the sounds of slander or swearing behind me also lessened. I started talking to girls more, and it wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be. I broke off ties with Mina, even though we've been together for 8 years. I didn't recognize the real her. There are still people who don't like me and often tell badly of me. We can't control what people say. As long as we don't do anything wrong, it's fine. As for Katerina, she transferred schools because she couldn't stand the gossip and bad talk of people. It seems that she has also experienced the feeling I have endured. But since she and I are also half-sisters, should I help her?